Jack Wagner's recent comments have stirred the hopes of longtime When Calls the Heart fans, and not just for his own storyline. While discussing upcoming episodes, the veteran actor surprised everyone with a nostalgic tease that reignited interest in one of the most beloved figures from the show's early seasons, Melissa Gilbert. Yes, that Melissa Gilbert, the TV icon best known for Little House on the Prairie. Her past guest appearance as Abigail Stanton's old friend from Hamilton had always felt like it left something unfinished, and now Wagner is suggesting that a return could finally be in the cards. It kind of sprung a whole well of romance, Wagner said cryptically in an interview, sending the Hardys fan base into a frenzy. He didn't clarify whether that romance involves his character, Bill Avery, or someone else entirely, but fans are already speculating. Could Gilbert be stepping back into Hope Valley for something more than a visit? Wagner and Gilbert have known each other for decades, their paths often crossing in the tight-knit world of daytime television and Hallmark productions. When Gilbert first guest-starred in Season 2, her presence added a dignified warmth that perfectly complemented the frontier town's growing pains. Her character, Lucille Morgan, was intended as a one-episode guest, but fans never stopped asking for more. Jack's teaser only added fuel to a long smoldering fire. "You'll see some familiar energy come back," he said with a knowing grin. "It'll feel like an old flame just walked into the saloon." That kind of language doesn't just slip out in a Hallmark interview. Something's clearly brewing behind the scenes. While Hallmark has yet to confirm Gilbert's return officially, insiders say her schedule has suddenly cleared up after wrapping production on a new memoir and stepping down from her long-held leadership role at the Screen Actors Guild. And as When Calls the Heart moves into its later seasons with renewed emotional stakes and deeper character arcs, now feels like the perfect time to reintroduce a face that helped shape its early years. Fans are already piecing together hints from the latest trailer. In one scene, Bill is seen standing outside Abigail's old cafe, now restored and bustling, when a carriage pulls up and a woman in a wide-brimmed hat steps out. The camera doesn't show her face, but the silhouette has unmistakably sparked theories. Could that mystery woman be Lucille Morgan returning to Hope Valley? And if so, is she coming back alone? There's also talk of unfinished business between Lucille and Bill Avery. Though they'd barely interacted in her previous appearance, Wagner hinted that their characters share a surprising backstory that hasn't yet been revealed. "There's something about second chances that this season really leans into," he added. "People who think their story's over are about to be surprised." It wouldn't be the first time When Calls the Heart pulled off an emotional curveball. The show has built its reputation on slow-burn relationships, heartfelt reunions, and the kind of wholesome drama that keeps fans invested for years. Bringing Gilbert back would be more than just stunt casting. It would tie together a narrative thread that's been quietly waiting for resolution. For her part, Melissa Gilbert has been dropping her own hints too. In a recent Instagram Live, she spoke fondly about her time on the Hallmark set. "There's just something magical about Hope Valley," she said. "It's a place where your heart always wants to return." When asked directly if she would consider reprising her role, she simply smiled and said, "Never say never." Adding Gilbert back into the ensemble would also open up new dynamics for the show's leading ladies. Elizabeth's journey has taken many turns since the early days, and introducing another strong, mature female presence could give the storyline a welcome shift in perspective. Lucille, with her polished city upbringing and no-nonsense wisdom, could become a mentor figure, or even a rival, for some of the town's newer residents. As for Jack Wagner's character, Bill has been through the ringer in recent seasons, from near-death experiences to political entanglements, and a romantic revival might be exactly what he needs. Fans have long hoped for Bill to find lasting happiness, and the chemistry between Wagner and Gilbert, even in brief past scenes, was undeniable. Bringing them together could provide a satisfying emotional payoff that's been years in the making. Still, until an official press release drops, everything remains speculation. But in the world of Hallmark, where romance often finds a way and familiar faces never disappear for good, The idea of Melissa Gilbert returning feels less like a fantasy and more like an inevitability. Whether she arrives by train, stagecoach, or surprise cameo, one thing is certain: